My name is Daunyale Sporaa. I am a family practice physician with the Family Practice Clinic in Emmetsburg, Iowa. I will be speaking today about human papilloma virus. Welcome to Living Well. HPV is human papilloma virus. It is the most commonly sexually transmitted disease to young women and men today. Greater than 50% of young men and women will have been in contact with human papilloma virus at some point in their life. There are greater than 40 strains of human papilloma virus, many of them causing genital warts, vaginal and vulvar cancer, cervical cancer, anal cancer, and penile cancer. Human papilloma virus can be transmitted commonly without any symptoms or complications, but for some, human papilloma virus will go on to cause abnormal cells that will continue to form, creating cancers and genital warts. HPV is contracted through sexual activity. It can be contracted with oral and anal intercourse. It can also be, you can also receive infection with HPV due to close intimate contact. Rarely, HPV infection can be passed on to infants through vaginal childbirth of an infected mother. In this instance, it rarely can cause throat and vocal warts, referred to as recurrent respiratory papillomatosis. HPV prevention is done with limiting sexual contact at young ages. It is also recommended to have a limited amount of long-term life partners in a monogamous relationship. People choosing to be sexually active are encouraged to wear condoms with sexual activity in order to decrease the risk of transmission. Although transmission is only prevented if the condom is worn for the entire sexual act, other areas where the condom is not able to be used still are at risk for HPV transmission. There are 2 vaccines available. Gardasil is a quadrivalent vaccine that protects against 4 strains of human papilloma virus, 2 strains which cause genital warts, and 2 strains which cause genitalia cancers. Gardasil is recommended for young men and women between the ages of 11 and 26 and may be given to young women as young as 9. The vaccines are given in a series of 3 over a course of 6 months. Risk factors to receiving a vaccine would be hypersensitivity of the Gardasil itself or a hypersensitivity to yeast. The other vaccine is Cervarix, which is a bivalent vaccine that protects from genital warts. Concerns of receiving this vaccine would be an allergy to latex. The vaccines both show high efficacy in prevention of the HPV strains. Gardasil shows 100% efficacy in protection of women gynecological cancers, vulvar cancer, vaginal cancer, cervical cancer, in women who have been unexposed to HPV. HPV testing is not a standard recommendation. There is no general test to determine status or infection. There is a DNA testing that is utilized for abnormal pap smears to further determine the risk or the determination of the etiology of the abnormal pap smear. It is recommended that men and women who have concerns of abnormal lesions to have visualization by a medical provider to determine the etiology of the lesion and the treatment plan. Women who are sexually active should continue to receive routine gynecological examinations and cervical pap smears to ensure good cervical health. The vaccine is not a guarantee of cervical cancer prevention, only a decrease in risk. It's recommended to continue to have good preventative medicine for young children, supported not only by the American Academy of Family Practice, but the American Academy of Pediatrics and the Center for Disease Control to vaccinate children between the ages of 11 and 26 for a potentially preventable cancer and illness. Thank you for joining us. I'm Daunyale Sporaa with Living Well. Have a nice day.